I'm Professor Marilyn Campbell from the Queensland University of Technology in Australia, and I'm going to talk about what we do in Australia for prevention and intervention of cyberbullying. Bullying online causes distress to those who are bullied. Bullying online is easy to do. Bullying online happens in most countries of the world. It is essential that every country both prevents and intervenes effectively to reduce cyberbullying and its impact on those involved. Look, I know Australia is a different country with different customs and different social norms. However, we can learn from each other. And if we don't, then we won't be successful in reducing bullying online. I'm going to talk about what we do in Australia to try and reduce cyberbullying and its impact by having a framework of Bronson's socio-ecological model. He places the child in the microsystem so that the influences go out from the child to the wider community, so that you can see that families and school are in the mesosystem, and then in the ecosystem are neighbours and the law, community, workplaces, and the mass media. And that's even more broadly influenced by the macro system of the laws and customs of one's culture. And going down beside all of this, Brronfenbrenner had his chronosystem, that is, changes in time. So taking this framework, let's have a look at what is Australia doing to prevent and intervene in cyberbullying. What about the law? What about the police, the government, parents, young people themselves, schools, university research? So let's look at what is the law. There's a common perception that the law provides a very clear rule that exists to punish or regulate people's behaviour that's obviously wrong. And therefore, if we enact a law, it will provide a quick and an easy fix to the problem of cyberbullying. But unfortunately, that does not seem to be the case. But there still are issues for criminal law. The law is still playing catch up with the internet, which is really a vast international web where it's pretty lawless. And there are no legal country boundaries, which is very difficult. And if anybody is actually prosecuted with the existing laws, we've got to shoehorn this behaviour of cyberbullying in to fit the law. And do we actually want to criminalise young people? There are difficulties in criminally prosecuting children. In Australia, the intent of criminality cannot be made by a child under 10. Even though they might know the behaviour was wrong, they are deemed not to understand that it was a criminal act. Between the ages of 10 and 14, it is up to the court to say whether the child understood that this act was criminal or just not right. So what's the role of police in cyberbullying in Australia? Police can only uphold the law, and if there is no criminal law broken, the police cannot act. However, in Australia, many police will act as a school liaison officer, especially in a high school. And if there is cyberbullying found amongst the students of the school, sometimes the police will talk to those students. However, it is not mandated that they do. So what is the role of the Australian government? the Australian government takes cyberbullying very seriously. They have made the Office of the E-Safety Commissioner, and it is Australia's independent regulator for online safety. They are the world's first government agency dedicated to keeping people safer online. They started operations in 2015 as the Children's E-Safety Commissioner, but now they have included adults in their remit as well. They have teams of educators, investigators, lawyers, policy analysis, technical experts, digital specialists, and other professionals, all to make a safer and more positive experience online for all Australians. Another initiative in Australia is that while research on cyberbullying is conducted at many different universities, Australia is one of the first countries to actually have a research alliance between the universities who are conducting cyberbullying research. So the Australian Universities Anti-Bullying Research Alliance has 4 different ways to help. We are capacity building. For example, the European Cost Training School came to Australia looking at cyberbullying. We have applied research. We also give advocacy and write submissions to government inquiries on bullying and mental health of children. And we also do exploratory research. We think that this is a great initiative to make sure that we share our knowledge about how to prevent and intervene best in cyberbullying. The role of schools in preventing and intervening in cyberbullying is crucial. Children spend so much of their time in schools and learn so much socialization in schools that they are probably the most responsible institution for preventing and intervening in cyberbullying, but not the only one. One of the things that Australian schools are mandated to have is an anti-bullying school policy, which includes cyberbullying. In these policies, they have the aims of the policy, the definitions of bullying and cyberbullying, so everybody knows what behaviour is covered in these policies, what prevention strategies that their schools are using, and what intervention procedures. Now, this policy should not be made up just by the school leader. All the school community needs to be involved in making an anti-bullying and anti-cyberbullying policy, because most of these school community people will see bullying and will hear of cyberbullying, probably more even than teachers. So we recommend to all schools to include their whole school community when making the policies. So all bullying, including cyberbullying, is on a spectrum. What works with some individuals might not work with others. There's no golden rule. There's no silver bullet which will suit every student and every situation. But we all need to work together. We need to work with the Blue Tree Foundation to try and assist everybody to be able to prevent and intervene with cyberbullying in every country. Thank you.